For those of you who don't know me, my name is Emma Butzler. I am the Student School Board Representative for the Jersey Shore High School. So as I still attend the high school and I hold this position, I would like to initiate and introduce renewable energy to the Jersey Shore School District. Renewable energy is becoming more common here in the United States and around the world. I think it would be beneficial if Jersey Shore got their foot in the door on this growing technology. My idea and goal is to educate my peers on renewable energy by putting a wind turbine somewhere on the district grounds. So this has been a project that I've been working on for about a couple months. Me and Isabel have, and we have been in contact with Dr. Susan Stewart, who is in charge of the Pennsylvania Wind for Schools K-12 program at Penn State University. What she does is she works with schools and guides them to see if a wind turbine would be a feasible option at their school. So she collects data and she analyzes the area. So that is all in the packets that I handed out to all of you. She actually did a data analysis that includes energy output, wind speed, wind direction. So if you want to take a look at that, it's a summarization. So on October 31st, she actually came to the school and she met with Mr. Mellinger, Mr. Reger, Mr. Wall, Isabel Hale, and I. And she summarized this packet for us and she answered any questions that we had. And then we took her up to the track and we showed her where we thought the best place where this potential wind turbine would go. And we all agreed that that would be the best place because on that very windy day, we were all getting pushed over. And any of you who have been up there for a track meet, it is super windy. Also, there is no buildings there to obstruct the wind flow, so we thought that that would be the prime place to put it. The potential wind turbine that we were thinking about would be the Skystream wind turbine. This is the turbine that you would see at Penn State University. It's very small scale and it would not be large enough to power the entire school. It would mainly be used for educational purposes. The Skystream wind turbine would be collecting data and sending it to the students, making the students accessible and able to use that data. So there are many benefits to having a wind turbine at our school. Dr. Stewart says this can easily be integrated into our curriculum. This would be a living laboratory, a hands-on living laboratory for our students. The goal would be to increase awareness about renewable energy by engaging students with this wind turbine. It's one thing to be learning something from a textbook, but it's another thing to be learning concepts that are coming from right in our backyard, that would be giving data to the students. So renewable energy is experiencing record growth, and this could potentially strike many students' interest. And this doesn't just have to be integrated into high school classes. This can be integrated into middle school and elementary school classes and core classes. So here are some examples of how it can be integrated into our classrooms. Physics. My physics teacher is actually here. They can touch on topics like electricity, rotational kinetics, electric to kinetic energy transformation, lift, drag, and wind flow. And these students would be able to use the data coming from their backyard in the classroom. Of course, it can be used in the engineering classes. It can be used for electrical engineering, mechanical, environmental, and civil engineering. It can also be used for environmental science. They can talk about renewable energy alternatives, climate change, sustainability, environmental policy and economics, and cost-benefit analysis. Many times in math class, I sit there wondering, how is this applied to me? Why am I doing this? By using the data that this wind turbine would create, and allowing students to access this, they would be able to see a real applicable reason to why they're doing the problems they're doing in class. They can touch on topics like graphing data, interpreting graphs, statistics, trigonometry. It can be used in calculus and many different calculations. It can also be used for economics and business. They can talk about return on investment, environmental policy, marketing, and startups. So Dr. Stewart said she would be willing to work with any teachers who would be willing to integrate this into their classroom. She also said she offers professional development at Penn State University for this program. So as you can imagine, a wind turbine does cost money, and we were planning, if we want to go forward with this, me and Isabel Hale were planning on applying for as many grants as possible. We called schools who have put a wind turbine up and asked them how they did it, what steps they took, and they said they were able to get the enough grants to bring the cost down a lot.
School board representative. So basically, I just want to ensure to you that if we go through with this, it will not go fly under the radar. I am hoping to use it as my graduation project so all the deadlines will be met.
So overall, this is the future. This is where we're heading. And change starts with the youth, and we have to be able to educate them for new ways of living. Do you have any questions?
Before the grants, how much do they cost?
Depending on if we're able to get, if someone can provide us tools and equipment, it can range from $20,000 to $30,000. But many schools that we've talked to, Northwestern and Nittany, James Buchanan and Nittany Elementary and Middle School both got their costs down pretty low from the grants. And we're hoping with students leading this project, we would be able to get more grants too. So the question is, I guess, is this something we want to go forward with? Or is this something we don't want to do? Or do we want to look at solar energy first and compare the two? Thank you.